artist Dawn Rogers, and this is Tad, and we're on day 4 of artists moving solo to Albania. So let's talk about location. How do you pick a location? I'm going to tell you how I picked. A process of elimination. First, the capital. Let me put Tad down. The capital is Tirana. And at first, this is the place everybody's going to fly into. It's the main capital, hospitals. It's big. They have a lot of amenities, the infrastructure. Okay, and I marked that off the list because I've heard that it is the most expensive to live, and I'm semi-retired. And 2, it's very noisy, crowded, a lot of chaotic. So I've crossed that off my list. So then I moved down to Vlora, which is right off some beautiful crystal clear water, and it's right across from Italy. You could take a ferry literally from Vlora to Bar, Italy, and you're in Italy. And it's right by the water. And I thought, wow, this is me. And then I crossed that off the list because it's very touristy, it's very loud in the summer, and they have a lot of water and power outages. I recently found somebody on Facebook that is moving from Vlora to Schroeder because of this reason. So yeah, I marked that off the list. So Saranda, now that is, they call that the French Riviera, okay, which is the Albanian Riviera, not the French Riviera, because it is beautiful crystal clear water, but again, extremely a tourist town. Young people partying loud, it's in the summer. This is the reason, marked it off the list. So how did I get to Schroeder, Albania? Because I lived and researched, and I live on all these Facebook groups, because every one of these towns, everyone has a Facebook group, and I implore you to do your research. I'm an artist, so what was important to me and what is important to you is the main factor. I was looking for something artsy, cultural, had a beautiful views, and I found it in Schroeder. It's a smaller town up in the northern Albania, but it's only an hour and a half from Tirana, so it's not that far away. That's a good point. 2, Italian architect was the architect for this main street in Schroeder, and it has beautiful Italian architecture, and they call it Little Venice. 3, it's a bike city. Everybody rides bikes. Like, you could just ride all over where you want to go. That is extremely appealing to me. 3, I don't know if I'm on 4 or 5, but the next point is that it is very lowest cost, okay? It has a much lower cost than Tirana or Vlora or Saranda. That's appealing. Again, because I'm super semi-retired. So you have to make a list of the things that are important to you, because the things important to me might not be on your list, okay? Because if you work remote and you're a digital nomad, you might want to live in Tirana. They have a big expat community there. They have a pretty good expat community, very good expat in Vlora, and they have expat community in Schroeder. Now, Barret is the city of windows. It is a beautiful city. It's named as one of the prettiest cities. But I recently, there was a lady living there, and she's moving. She's moving to Schroeder. Why? Because even though this place is gorgeous and they get a lot of tourists, there's very few more Americans or foreigners that actually live there permanently. So there's hardly zero expat community, and we as humans need some kind of human connection. And when you don't have that, that affects your life. So these are the good points to check out when you're talking about location in Albania.